Hi, I'm Nikita. Welcome to today's simple tutorial of making these cute little flowers using gouache. I'm using Himi Gouache today, and I'm going to just pick out my colors, add them into my palette and get all of these colors ready. Himi Gouache is a jelly gouache. It has a already pretty creamy consistency, so it requires very little water to be added, and a lot of beautiful colors come with it, which are pastel, and it's really hard to find that in gouache. You have to mix white otherwise to create them. So this is a really good beginner gouache for you to go ahead with. So I'm picking some lavenders, some pinks, and some darker shades of the same, and I will also mix some white. The palette that you see over here is a handmade palette that I made a couple of months back. I used an air dry clay to make this, and it doesn't stain, meaning it does not add the color which you can see on the palette on the right hand side. You can see some color is there. It does not go on to the color that I add on top later, but since this has not been oven baked, it does leave some stains of colors when I put on top of it, but the usage of it is really nice, and I really like it because I also made it with hands. So I think a handmade product has a very different feel and love attached to it. So I picked out my colors. I'm going to pick out some white right now, mix that, and we'll be ready to go. I'm using a black color bookmark today to make my small floral flowers. So you're going to take a little bit of your color. You can decide different kinds of consistency in gouache. It need not always be very thick. It can also be thin, and then you can add multiple layers on top if you need to. Or you can go with like a nice paste or a gooey consistency and go about creating your pattern. The process of creating patterns in gouache is very therapeutic. It feels very calming and soothing to do this, and any kind of art where you repeat patterns is extremely nice for the mind. It just calms your heart down, and it's a very beautiful process to do this. So try it out. You can use any pattern. Here I've got the same floral pattern which is repeated throughout, where I've used different colors, but you could just use geometric shapes. You could use different kinds of shapes. You could use the sun and the moon and the star. So go ahead, feel free, create anything that you like. Gouache on a black sheet helps to make it stand out really well. So don't go with just bright colors. Use a different color palette where you add in some muted shades and some bright shades, because this helps you to give a good contrast. If you use very bright colors, it will stand out too much unless you want a specific effect of that. And just remember that gouache dries a little differently when it is on black sheet and versus the white sheet, and even toned paper. So the best way to also decide which paper you want is just create a couple of swatches of your single color on different shades of paper. I'll probably do a tutorial on that sometime in future, and I'll put it up, and I'll show you how the same color looks on different shades of the paper that we use. So here I'm now adding in smaller details to finish up my flowers. If you've enjoyed this process, do create your own bookmarks using gouache, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more content and tutorials on art. And also you can follow me on Instagram, and you can tag me when you create your artworks. It's time to now remove the masking tape, and I love how my beautiful bookmark looks. I hope you had fun with me today. See you. Bye.